Oh my gosh, I've got some things to say with Jujutsu Kaisen's new episode. Yo, what's good to Bojo Reviews, and heavy spoilers for this new episode that has just been released, you have been warned. Before watching this episode, I didn't see any of the trailers, any of the promotional art, except for the poster. And as an anime only, this episode was very interesting. Yeah, let's talk about it. First things first, the art style. Oh my gosh, did they change directors? Because right away, the art style looks drastically different from the season 1 and the movie of Jujutsu Kaisen. I feel like they've simplified the characters. Like there's less detail on the faces and like the hands and all that, but because of that it allows for a lot of fluid like animation. Like there are many scenes with Utahime that look pretty damn fluid at times. Not gonna lie, when she first appeared I didn't even recognize her. To be honest with you dude, I didn't even realize we were gonna be in a flashback for this episode. To avoid a lot of manga spoilers, I decided to just completely block out all Jujutsu Kaisen news and just go into this season blind. So the first 12 minutes of the episode gave me a bit of whiplash, but the moment we see Goto, I started to understand what was going on and things started to make a little bit more sense. But yeah, let's talk about the animation. I think that without a doubt is the highlight of this episode. I mean, good lord dude, it honestly reminded me of Chainsaw Man at times. That sequence of the building just starting to deteriorate, it just turned into some Looney Tunes like Alice in Wonderland type of animation. It was so trippy and wacky, but I loved it. Another thing that I really loved was just the walking scene of Gojo and Gato. It's such a simple sequence, but there was something really unsettling about it. I feel like the really moody looking buildings in the background with the trees all blurred out, plus Gojo's proportions being really gangly and lanky. I don't know, it felt like I was watching One Piece. But I say that with a lot of love and praise, and there's just so many different perspective shots in this episode that just absolutely gains my attention all of a sudden. Also the backgrounds, my gosh, dude, there's just so much detail, it almost looks photoreal at times. I mean, the haunted mansion, there was a sort of beauty yet also sadness at the same time. Yes, it was creepy looking at it, but I couldn't quite help but feel really depressed, especially knowing what happened. So this really wealthy manager was facing a lot of financial issues, and sadly he decided to end it all. When they showed the home video sequence of what appears to be the manager's family, I thought I was watching a different anime from the 90s. I don't know if it was the art style or just the fact that they had a VFX filter, but it really gave me that feel of watching an anime from the 90s. Not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind watching an entire episode of this manager and his whole life story of how he became wealthy and how his business just started to fail because of the mad cow disease. I don't know, I was actually more interested in that aspect than the rest of the episode. I couldn't stop thinking about it. But as well as that, let's talk about some of the characters, Gojo, Gato, and the other ladies. It's so interesting seeing Gojo and Gato acting all buddy-buddy like compared to when you see them in the movie. Gojo really seems to have some sort of dislike towards him. Even though Gato was super friendly with him in the movie, Gojo was quite mad that he made an appearance in the film. It was the first time I've ever seen Gojo acting serious, and their friend Shoko, who at first reminded me a whole lot of Nobara. Is this like her mom or someone like that? Because she looks exactly like her. Her relationship with Utahime does remind me a whole lot of how Nobara looks up to Maki. The way she's running up and hugging her. I don't know, is she in love with this girl or something like that? Because she was really excited to see her all of a sudden. But going back to Gato and Gojo, I'm just so curious, what happened to the two of them? What did Gato do that caused him to be banished by the Jujutsu high school place? And who was that dude at the end of the episode? Fushiguro? Isn't that the same last name as Itadori's pal? I mean, it looks just like him. Is this like an uncle or an older brother of his? Plus, he has a pretty damn creepy look on his face when he's looking at this dude. I'm just wondering if this dude is also part of Goto and his evil posse. But yeah, overall, this episode was very jarring to watch. I did like it, I'm not gonna lie, but I think just the art style and the animation and the high quality backgrounds gave me so much whiplash blush that it was a little bit shocking to look at times, but I say that with all praise because it does look visually appealing. I just wasn't expecting it to look so different to season 1 and the movie, and because of that it did distract me from actually paying attention to what was actually happening in the episode. But I do get the whole gist of this side plot of Gojo and Gato having to escort this bathtub girl and to deliver her to someone called Master Tengen. Who the heck is this bathtub girl? And why do they need to erase her? Is she some sort of curse? And who's Tengen? Golly, I have so many questions after this episode. It gave me a bit of a headache just having all this exposition and information, but I appreciated it. I feel like I might need to rewatch the episode. But overall, great episode, loved it visually, and even like the whole idea of it being set in the past is really interesting and fascinating. Was not expecting that at all. I'm gonna give this episode a 10 out of 10 and an A star. The new direction in terms of the animation and art direction blew me away. And because of that, it has gotten me really excited for this season because so far it looks beautiful. I am so interested in where this season goes. I'm so interested in like knowing the little background information about who some of these background characters are, but I'm terrified to search anything up in case of manga spoilers. But tell me in the comments down below what you guys thought of this episode. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Like this video, subscribe for more anime reactions, reviews, comparisons, breakdowns, rankings and more. But thank you for watching, and as always, aboard the review, signing out.